Now let us see the nomenclature of the alkyl halides and aryl halides. Let us first see what you need to understand is these Rx in IUPAC nomenclature are called haloalkanes. We put halo as a prefix. The reason is because these halogens are always considered as to be as a substitute, substituted product. They are not never regarded as a functional groups. Now then alk indicates its number of carbon atoms, and ene or ene or ine according to the number of double, single bond or triple bond is there, or to the category of hydrocarbon to which the compound belongs. This is how we name them in the IUPAC nomenclature. So the simplest of this is called what? Chloromethane. We also use common nomenclature. In common nomenclature, we call them alkyl halide. So R is given by the name alkyl and X is indicated by what? Halide. So in common nomenclature, we will call it as what? Methyl chloride. Now, if it is like this, we call this as 2-bromopropane, because this is how we name it. Whereas in common nomenclature, we call this as isopropyl bromide, because this structure of carbon chain is called iso. Similarly, if we have this compound, it is called 1-bromo 2-methyl propane, whereas in common nomenclature it is called isobutyl bromide, because this group, this chain is because of this structure, this group is called, this carbon chain is called iso, and there are 4 carbons, it's called isobutyl bromide. So this is how we name them. Let me take some more examples in this. Like, let us take some examples of aryl halide. We call this as bromobenzene. So if we have a chlorine here, it will be called chlorobenzene. If we are having iodine, it's called iodobenzene, and similarly fluorobenzene. But if the we have a group like this, remember it's called what? Bromophenyl methane, because that's the major carbon chain becomes, and these two are taken as substitutions on this. So it's called bromophenyl methane. Whereas in common nomenclature, we call this as we have discussed in the classification, benzyl bromide, because this whole group is called what? Benzyl. That's the name given to this. Now, if we have, suppose, this one, it is called 2-chloro 2-methyl propane, because we will take this as the longest chain, whereas in common nomenclature it's called tert butyl chloride. Similarly, if we have this kind of a system, we call this as 1-bromo 2,2-dimethyl propane. It's called neopentyl bromide in common nomenclature, because this whole structure of carbon chain is called neo. So this is how we can have a lot of other different examples or types of alkyl halides. Let me take few more examples to give you. Like if suppose we have this one, it's called 1-chloroethene, and we know we call it vinyl chloride. We can, if we are having suppose two halogens on the same carbon, we call this as gem dihalide. The name of this compound will be ethylidene chloride, whereas the IUPAC name of this will be 1,1-dichloroethane. If the two halogens are present on the adjacent carbon atoms, it's called vicinal dihalide or ethylene dichloride or 1,2-dichloroethane. So this is how we can have the nomenclature of the polyhalogen compounds. Now we can have some more, like if we have suppose this one, it's called 1,1,1-trichloromethane, which commercially is called chloroform. We can also have a compound like this, which is called 1,3,5-trichlorobenzene with no common nomenclature. So this is how we name the alkyl halides.